Hi Capricorn, welcome to your July 2017 reading. I'm so happy you could join me again, and welcome to anyone who's new, who just found the channel. I'm a big believer that if you were guided to click on the channel, even if you have no signs, you're not a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, or planets, then you're just meant to be here. So, welcome. Okay, guys. Happy 4th of July to those in the state. I know, I'm working on a holiday. Well, today's not really the holiday, but... let's see. I want to thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your donations, everything. Everything that allows me to keep this channel running. It has become an outlet to me now. I look forward to these readings so much. And that's why my readings are so long. Because, we only get together, an hour a month. That's just not enough. So, my readings do go long, but I want all the messages that want to come out, okay? So we're going to get started with your reading. Separation. Doesn't have to be bad. New love. This could be why we're separating, Capricorn. And flirt. We have attraction at the bottom. It's down. I don't know why it's such a glare. Hang on. Okay, so we have attraction at the bottom. And attraction is the energy of the present moment. Probably the most important card. It is about not focusing on the past, not looking too far into the future, and enjoying today, like every moment of today. Because that's where your miracles lie. So we want to keep that in mind. Okay. I don't know if it's like spirit just like hit me in the head or what. But for some of you, the separation, I have to say, especially with being the 4th of July, I feel that some of you are separated from a loved one who is in the armed forces. Because, sometimes this card separation feels hard. Or let me explain it a different way. Sometimes it feels forced. And other times it's forced upon us. And that's what I feel. What I'm feeling right now is it's forced upon you. It's not what you or your partner truly want. They do feel that they do love what they do. This is just the hardest part, isn't it? The separation. So, perhaps this is a message, a hello from your loved ones across the seas, wherever they may be. That they're okay. They're good. At this moment, they're safe. And it feels like their thoughts are on you. Well, it feels like you are what pulls them through. You give them the reason to want to go home again. But Spirit's allowing me to feel very safe at this moment. So I feel like this is a message for you to just be able to breathe, knowing that they're safe. And that may be why we got the card attraction also. Okay, well, we'll see if anything else comes up on that. We have the Seven of Fire. Ooh, the Eight of Fire. Look at that, the Page of Fire. A lot of fire for an earth sign. Can we handle all this? Okay, we're going to take 3 more. 9 of air. Right off the bat, I just have to say, for some of you, I know what this 9 of air is. This is that worry. This is that worry. It's unnecessary worry, though I understand it. But I feel like this is here to kind of back up that first message. Because the 9 of air is that card of worry. Some call it the nightmare card. But the things that we're worrying about, Spirit tells us we don't need to. It's unnecessary. You know, leave it to the divine. Give it to the divine, this worry. And let them carry it for you. I'm glad this showed up. You know, as a reader, sometimes it's good to have backup. You know, like Spirit saying, you know, we're going to back you up. Okay. 5 of water. 5 of cups. 2 of earth. 2 pentacles. You know, I'm looking at these cards and I'm thinking, I can't, you know, what's going on? I can't see them really clearly. I don't have my glasses on, so I do have to get them. We have the moon. It's the underlying energy. The moon. Excuse me, I'm just going to get up for 1 second. So the moon is that energy of, sometimes it can be the energy of fear. But the moon to me is more about reflection. You know, it's about reflection over what may be causing us fear. And I feel when the moon shows up and you're willing to, it's not so much that you're willing, you're just kind of automatically put in this place of reflection. And you know, and we're meant to reflect back. You know, sometimes reflecting back at our lessons can be a good thing. Because sometimes the lessons are super hard, difficult, so challenging. But I'm being reminded how each time we go through that energy of a difficult challenge, we almost always come out the other end with clarity. Sometimes learning, you know, if it has to do with love, learning what I can no longer accept in my life. It's not even so much the person, but the lesson they taught you. What I thought I needed so desperately, I received. Something wasn't right. So I asked the universe to bring me what it is I wanted. And maybe I should have asked the universe to bring me what I need and not what I want. Because what I want is not the same as what the divine wants for me. So I need to see that lesson. Because when I see it, I learn it. And when I learn it, I never have to repeat it. Ever. For eternity. Life after life. You broke those chains. Wow, that was a lot out of the moon. So, you know, this is the underlying energy. I can't help but notice little Lassie back there. The dog. Anytime I see a dog in the tarot cards, I think of loyalty. I don't know if that's why the dog is there or not. I also see a wolf. But I see harmony at the same time. I don't see the dog chasing the wolf or the wolf chasing the dog. The here in between, which feels like the high priestess. It's like she brings harmony. So perhaps what she's saying is this is where we find harmony. Through our reflection. Our lessons. Claiming them. So they can go away. For good. And it's like peace and harmony returns to you. I'm going to leave the moon out. Have the wheel underneath that. Beautiful. So, you know, almost there is what I feel like. Because it is under the moon. So perhaps what the moon is telling us is once we have that reflection and we truly look back and see the lesson and understand the lesson. Not just see it, but understand it. The wheel starts moving in a positive way. I feel like, you know, I'm just looking at the spread in front of me. And, you know, I'm not going to lie. They're not the greatest cards. They're certainly not the worst cards. But there's certainly a lot of growth and potential here. See it right here. And this is with an action. The 7, 8 page. Right off the bat, progression. And that's before we even delve into the meaning. So I feel like, you know, perhaps it is this energy here. Once we take the advice that we were just given, where many of us feel down here on the wheel, right? Feel at the bottom. It feels like we start to climb up. And just when we start to get excited, whew, something happens. And we're back here again. So, as good earth signs, we get up, dust ourselves off, start climbing again. Maybe this time we'll get a little further. But I feel the moon is saying, you can go the whole way to the top. Just takes a little work, that's all. And once you do that, now you have the wheel turning in a positive manner for you. Even the Emperor underneath that. You know, strength, fortitude, and then even the King of Fire underneath that. I don't normally go dig backwards like this, but that's what I feel like. I feel like the moon is saying, this is where everything, it's like she's giving me, showing me two different avenues. And this is where we're at. But this is where we're going to end up. It's like the king of our foundation. the emperor of our land, of our life. Beautiful. So beautiful potential. Okay, I'm going to use the Crystal Vision Tarot cards for clarifiers. I have been doing this for a couple other signs, and I've fallen in love with these cards. So, of course, I want to bring them to your reading. Just one more. Of course, all the cards have been shuffled before I begin, but I do like to shuffle when I hit record too. Okay. So what I'm going to do, Capricorn, is I'm going to put a card, one Crystal Vision, on top of each card. I'll show you two when we use them. There's that wheel. Right on the page. Right on action. King of Cups. 10 of Cups. Death. But, you know, I have to say, the Death card here, without even really going into your reading, for some reason, it feels right. It feels like it's where it's meant to be. Because I feel like what we're doing here is, and this is not based off the cards, this is just based on my intuition. I feel like we are closing a chapter in our life and beginning a new chapter. Now, that doesn't mean everything from the last chapter, like nothing from the last chapter remains, of course. But we are closing a chapter for good, a part of our life for good. So that's what we're going to find out. Okay. I do have a cup of tea here. I hope you don't mind. And let me bring my camera down a little bit more. I've just been talking a lot. Okay. Let's start at the beginning. So we have the card separation. Then we have the King of Swords. He looks pretty dark in this card. Okay. So for some of you, this is your loved ones. Who are, well, I don't even want to name any countries. But I feel that, they're not in a peaceful place. They're not in a peaceful, I'm not saying their person's not peaceful. The area around them. Because I have that feeling of, it's safer to come out at night than it is during the day. But let me tell you something. His sword is down. And that grip in his stance is saying that he's got control. He's in control here. You know, I'm not even feeling fear. I feel the darkness around him. I have to just say, I feel like I have some male energy here. And it does feel like more male. It can certainly be female too, but I'm just feeling it's more male energy right now who is away. And I don't know. You know, I don't know if I'm telepathically picking up on them or if it's spirit telling me to tell you that they are safe right now. And not just that, but how they think about you often. How when they think about you, it is, you know, I mean, they are thinking about the deep, intimate times with you. I do have to say that for someone out there, this could be a husband or wife who has passed. Now, please, I don't want to confuse the two, okay? Because the message I was just giving, that applies. You know, it feels like your husband, your boyfriend, perhaps it is a female, is, you know, in another country. And it just, you know, right now I feel like there is, though there's fighting around them, they feel safe. So it may be spirit protecting them. And the message for you is when they think about you, I mean, they think about you, they think about like your inner child. I mean, just look at the image here. And, okay, so that message is ended. Now, I do feel like perhaps we do have someone here who has crossed over. It almost feels like I have both, a female and a male. Not together, by the way, like two separate spirits. And you know, they're in a good place. They're very peaceful. You know, it's funny, even when I just said the word peaceful, I feel like I can't give it enough emphasis. You know, like we can't understand when they say peaceful, how peaceful it truly is. It's that contentment that we search for so deeply, so hard here on earth. And it just is there. It's not expected. It's not created. It just is. So I feel like they want you to know that. You know, they want you to know that They're peaceful. Okay, I don't really like saying names because I'm just going to say it though. I feel like I have a bill, B-I-L-L. Okay, but now I have more names. So that's why I don't really like to open up that channel, because it's Ashley. Ashley. Stefan. Stefani. Stefan. Stefani. Okay. It's pure love is what it is. It's pure love. Okay, I'm going to shut that down for a minute. And we're going to move on. Okay. All right, let's go across this way. New love. It's a proposal of new love. Judgment. I have to say, Capricorn, there's like a freedom to your cards. It's like, even before I continue on, it's like you're being offered this freedom. And I don't mean like free from your partner and free from your job. I mean like this freedom within you. And it just feels like it's just naturally going to come to you. Because it's your time. Because you deserve it. I feel for some of you, this is those affirmations. And then the belief behind them. You know, we ask and then we have to release. We don't have to, but that's how just how the energy works. It's also that, you know, well, no, I don't, no, this is positive. This is all kind of magical, to be honest. And I'm not sure why it's like I'm getting this message on top of new love. But perhaps this person is going to give you this feeling, you know, this may be the freedom to be your true self. Like every bit your true self. And not feel judged on it. You know, perhaps this person is coming in and the things that you think a potential partner won't like about you is what they like the best. So I feel like, wow. You know, it's like this person's coming in and you are 100% yourself. I mean, Capricorn, have you ever been 100% yourself in a relationship? I'm sitting here thinking myself, have I ever been confident enough to be 100% myself? And I don't know that I can say yes. There's certainly some that get much deeper than others, but I don't know if I've ever felt this energy that's available to you. It's almost not even available. It just feels like it's just gonna come down right upon you, and then it's just yours. The High Priestess. She looks a little edgy in this deck. So this is the 5th time I've used this deck. And I have not seen all the cards yet. I believe I started with Leo. And I'm in love with them. You know, I'm looking at this High Priestess. And I feel a couple things. I feel like she's here to tell you that, you know, for some of you, remember we started with the moon where we did some reflection. And we're looking at past challenges to see what we gained. What was our lesson? What was the answer? What was the solution? And what did we gain from it? And I feel like the High Priestess is saying, now that you have, because I felt like she was here too, like now that you have these answers, treat them like the keys of life. I feel it's through these answers where this freedom comes from. I feel like they're sisters. That's what it feels like to me. I feel like they're sisters talking to each other. And they're so different, but they're so alike at the same time. Wow. Okay, there's a Capricorn out there who you look at yourself in the mirror and it's almost like you detest yourself. You detest your looks. I feel like you're fine with your personality. But you're looking at yourself in a very judgmental way. And I feel like you look in the mirror and it's almost like a ritual. Like you do it every day now. Every day. Every time I try on clothes. Every time I do my hair, my makeup. I detest myself a little more. But you're seeing through a very clouded lens. A very clouded lens. You know, you are in the state of the moon. You have this illusionary image of yourself. And the way you see yourself is not the way other people see you. Not even close. Matter of fact, I feel like for some of you, because I feel like I definitely am more than one person here, I feel like for some of you, I feel like it's kind of a secret. And I feel like if you went up to the person who loves you the most, whether that is romantically, a child, whoever, a best friend, and I feel if you told them how you feel about yourself and how you saw yourself, they would be shocked. Not so much that you have these underlying feelings, because I do feel the people who love you the most feel this like underlying sadness. But the point is that your lens is so clouded. It's distorted. And no one sees you like you see yourself. I feel like you just need to, I feel like self-awareness will come to you. But I feel like here, it's almost like you need to call in your angels. Ask for their help, their support. Call in the archangels. Call in the masters, Help me see myself the way that I truly am. And remember, you are spirit first. And my belief is we choose who we are. We chose this body. We chose this family. We chose this life to a point. The High Priestess says, it all can't be revealed before you come to Earth, or you may never come to Earth. No, she doesn't say that. But it's not all revealed. So sometimes, and I feel like I'm being reminded of this because this is one of those things where if you take it to spirit versus the human mind, your higher self, take it to your higher self, you'll get clarity here. Listen, this may be exactly what that freedom is. Wow. I pray for you that that's exactly what this is. This freedom, this sense of freedom. I hope. Okay. So what does this have to do about new love anyway, right? Well, for some of you, I feel like you have an angel on your shoulder and a devil on your shoulder when this new love comes in. This angel and devil is already there. Okay. They don't just show up. They're on your shoulder. And I do feel like this new love makes a proposal. Ask you out on a date. And I feel some of you are so afraid. It's funny because I feel that there's a longing for love, yet as much longing as there is, there's also that much fear. Isn't that crazy? That's all of us. but it exists. So, and this is the devil and the angel. So I feel this is fearful in an exciting way, though. Okay, in an exciting way. And my eye keeps getting taken to the over here, the card of flirt, because this is the energy. This may be the advice. And sometimes this is about just getting out of our head and just going for it. I mean, what the hell, right? What the hell? What do we have to lose? You know, if nothing else, we have a good story to tell. It's better than sitting home watching reruns. You know, so that's what I feel like. It's like, what do you have to lose? And my personal advice is, you know, if you are someone that's nervous, start small. You know, start with coffee. Or meet at a park, you know, like a public park, and walk around the park. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, right off the bat, a beautiful gourmet dinner and then dancing, unless you feel like it. So I feel like this is don't let your fear stop you. Just enjoy. Enjoy the possibilities. And I have this King of Pentacles sitting here. And I swear he shows up in every single reading. It's like he's looking for someone. He is looking for someone. Well, he's looking at me. That's what I feel like. I feel like he's been on a journey. He's been on a journey and he's taking a little break. He's getting his bearings back. So I do feel like this is one of the people coming in, you know, one of the people are going to be asking you out. A potential new love. And I just feel like he's been searching for you. And I know he has, because he's been around. He's been around every board. But on yours, he's landing on the card of flirt, which is referring to the new love card. So perhaps he just found his person. I have to tell you, I feel like this King of Pentacles is coming back. Okay, well, this is why his journey has been so long. I feel like he's coming back looking for his love. He's looking for his twin. He's looking for his soulmate. I see many lives here together. It's almost like he's saying to me, what are you telling me? I'm in 2017? Because it feels like you just, you know, even though I've seen him in every one of my readings, it kind of feels like he just dropped down into our time. Like I made it. Oh, dirty, dirty king. Dirty, dirty king. That's not what I feel. Well, it's what I felt when I first saw the cards. But I have to tell you, this is clearly Adam and Eve here. Of course, this is a card of temptation. Feels like he's... Okay. I feel like for some of you, this King of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I feel for some of you, and listen, it does not have to be an earth sign, okay? It's just the characteristics of earth sign. But he has been traveling the board. And I feel that for some of you, he is a temptation. And you are a temptation to him. I have to say, I feel like for some of you, you are with someone else when this king comes back. But as soon as I said that, I also have this feeling that you don't want to be in the relationship you're in now. And it has nothing to do with this king, okay? It has nothing to do with the king. You just don't want to be where you're at. Because I do feel leaving your partner, go in this direction. Well, it's funny that I have the Eight of Pentacles that just came up, because what I was feeling right before I pulled this card is, I'm noticing that she's holding just the one apple. And clearly that's the devil behind her. But what I felt here is like you had one foot out the door anyway. Like I'm not telling you anything new. You already have one foot out the door. Because I feel you are prepared to go it alone. Or at least you were prepared to go it alone. And that's when, and then the Eight of Pentacles comes up. And this is a card of working hard, but receiving well because of our hard work. This is a card of skilled work, of being proud of what we do. For some, this is the type of work, this is how I feel about my work. It's like once I begin, I get lost in it. And I do lose time. And that's why my readings are so long. But that's the truth. I lose time. I don't care about time at that point. And that's the energy I'm feeling with her. And you know what? Capricorn, it's a great energy to have. Because I feel like it's really going to serve you well. And with the King of Pentacles showing up, so I do feel like you are leaving this relationship. And this is about you having confidence in yourself. Listen, this is the plan is already in action here. You know, or the plan has already been made. And now it's just about the actual work, doing it, stepping into it. And I feel like it's when you are focused on this, building your own foundation back up. Because it does feel like she, and it can be male or female here, you're building your foundation back up now. But you're okay with that. You know, you could have taken both apples, but you didn't. You only took the one. And look at the apples. There's those apples. And they're plentiful. But her focus isn't on the apples anymore. It's not on temptation. You know, this could represent, too, that feeling of, well, let me just say it, like, it's like our partner's like the devil, you know? And you're just happy to leave. And you're happy to take only what you need, you know? And leave with as much harmony as you can. And you get busy. For some of you, this is starting your own business because she is working alone. And she's skilled at what she does. And this is an art form. So this could certainly tell you, you know, if you work in any form of art, and that's so many different forms. And to me, art just means it's something that comes from your soul. And you get lost in it. And while you do, here comes this king. I'm noticing how there's no apples on his tree. To me, that feels like there's no temptation. You don't have to worry about, you know, he's not the devil. He's not going to sit there and try to do you harm. Quite the opposite. You know, I'm noticing that her eyes are closed and his eyes are wide open. Now, her eyes are probably focused downward. But nonetheless, it looks like you're not thinking about anyone else right now. You know, you're not thinking about anyone coming in, or you're just, you want to build this foundation. And I feel it's exactly what you're meant to do. And I feel like the king will arrive, like at the right time. Remember, king or queen will arrive at the right time for you. Wow. Knight of Pentacles. It's kind of funny because, number one, now he's starting to ride towards you. See how he's looking straight ahead? He's looking at you. But now here's the action. So he's heading towards you. Now we have to remember this is the Knight of Pentacles. He's a slow-moving action. But it is moving. I almost feel like you are down here creating this beautiful pentacle. And I feel like he's going to come in. This is crazy, what I'm feeling. I don't know, maybe you own a consignment store and you like refurbish furniture or, you know, anything. It's just weird. I don't know. But I feel like he comes in. And here you have this beautiful pentacle. And it's like you start to realize, oh my God, I've been making this pentacle for you. And I'm just looking at the coloring of the cards. And although they're very similar, if you look at the Knight, it's more yellow background. And then we come to the Knight, I'm sorry, the King is more yellow, little red. Then we come to the Knight, and we start to see much more red. And all this growth. You know, look at the lotus, look at the beauty. And then we come to you, and it's the same background. So he's heading in your direction. And it looks like he's in your vicinity. It looks like he's not too far away. I know that he's been in motion for a while. It's like trying to find the right place. Capricorn. I think he found his home. And it's with one of you. Now, I want you to understand something. You know, take these messages. Don't make them fit you. If they don't fit you, they don't fit you. And then don't get mad at me. You know what I mean? So, I just know that some of you, you know, I need to jump back to where, like, there's that longing and then there's that fear. Because I feel like there's a lot of people who are going to claim this. But this is not for everyone. Okay, well, the energy is, it may not be scenario-wise. Just notice this beautiful pentacle up there. Okay, well, let's keep going. So now we have the Seven of Fire and the Queen of Cups. Kind of opposite energy. Because the Seven of Fire is that energy of needing to defend your beliefs. You know, standing your ground. But within all of that, being careful, you know, choosing the battles wisely, not any battle. You know. It's kind of that energy of have control over yourself, even if you're in the midst of, let's say, chaos. It's about having control of yourself. You know, much like this beautiful energy up here of those who are in armed forces. It is control, no matter what's going on around them. And it's not about fighting every battle. Because the majority of the battles don't mean anything. They don't mean shit at the end. What do you want to remember on your last day? The battles or the love? You know, the Queen of Cups here, because I feel like that's, you know, it is about using her energy, her nurturing energy. Not so much, you know, whoever you're battling with here. It's not even saying, you know, that you need to nurture these people, but you nurture yourself when you don't allow yourself to be part of someone else's drama that you have no business being part of. And why would you want to be? You know what I mean? This can certainly be people bringing, I really felt this with the Earth this month, people bringing you their problems also. It's like one after another after another. It can be many different people, or it can be the same person. This could be a husband or wife, or it could just be everybody you know comes to you for advice. Comes to you with their problems, with their drama. So I feel like here, you need to look at each one of those people and see who's been taking my advice and who just comes here to drop their drama at my door. And then make decisions off of that information. But I feel like this is taking you out of your element. And it doesn't feel like it's, you know, it doesn't feel like it's your problem, so to speak. Now, if this is a marriage or a committed relationship, it's the same energy. You know, you're not going to win all the battles. It's just not going to happen. Or if you think you won all the battles, well, you'll probably lose the war. So it's that energy of no matter who we're dealing with, what we're dealing with, coming at it from a different way. Clear, decisive. You know, somewhat like the Queen of Swords. But the Queen of Cups has that hard time of cutting those people out. So it's finding that happy balance. Look at that, Ace of Cups. Well, I have to say something. I almost feel like this energy is being tied back to this energy. And the devil, you know, or what we perceive as the devil in your life, is what's causing this energy and has your one foot out the door. I feel for some of you, you're saying it's just not what I want anymore. I don't want to live like this. So you don't. I mean, it's almost like you're taking the dragon and you're getting out of there. You're getting out of there. You know, I'm noticing the 7. Perhaps July. Perhaps July, you finally do it. If you've been waiting on this energy. You know, if you know. Because I feel like this is what you want. This is what you dream of. But you know, I notice how large this cup is in this deck. So to me, this doesn't feel like ordinary love. You know? Listen, this could be the energy of what feels like a twin. Well, it has to be. It just has to be. And that may be part of why you're in this energy too. Maybe this is why you are battling back. Because you know that your heart wants more. Yet at the same time, I feel like you feel bad about it. But don't. You know, this card, I feel like it's almost like it wants to end everything here, because I feel like this is saying to you, again, you only have one life, Capricorn. Well, not one life, but, you know, you only have this life, this time, right now. And it is going to end for all of us. And we don't know when. So we have to make a choice. Because, listen, I know that we're meant to have everything it is that we need, and then some. But we have to remember, too, that we are the creator of our own life. We are the author. We are the director. We're the producer. And when we start to really think about that, perhaps we stop wasting so much time. Because if you truly, truly don't love someone, you're not obligated to stay with them. Maybe your religion makes you feel that way. I'm not telling you to do anything you don't believe in, by the way. But I'm just telling you universally that sometimes we get married and we make that vow till death do us part. And it doesn't take us long to realize we made a mistake. We didn't marry the person we thought. Perhaps they had a facade. Do you think your creator wants you to spend the rest of your life paying for that mistake? No. No. So sometimes guilt will hold us back from life. I feel so guilty for doing this. I feel so guilty for breaking their heart. I feel selfish for wanting what I want. Why? It's your life. Your life. And only your life. Don't feel guilty. I mean, you're going to feel guilty. But work through that. You deserve to have everything you need and more. This whole line here is about action. Action. This is not about saying, I want the purest of love. But I don't want to put in the work. Because this is about pure love. This is the ultimate love. For some of you, this is your twin flame. And let me tell you, if it's your twin flame, Please don't have the illusion that everything's going to be beautiful. Roses thrown at your feet. Because it won't be. The chemistry will be. The love will be. But remember, twins come together for a reason. We're mirroring each other. We're teaching each other the ultimate soul lessons. And this is why many times we have to wait. You know, I mean, if you have a twin, listen, it happens so seldom. But many times it doesn't happen until your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 90s. Because that's when you're ready. You know, it's like you have to live. You have to experience life to teach, right? You have to experience to be able to teach, to help others out of their way. You have had to walk their shoes. Okay, let's go to the Eight of Fire and the King of Wands. So, up to this point, we've been waiting, right? We've been waiting. Well, not any longer. This, I feel, is when communication starts coming in. And it's right in the middle of the spread, so I feel like for everyone, whatever your situation, wherever you were stuck on that wheel, this is when the wheel is now going to start moving. You know, the Eight of Fire, delays are over. But now, many things can come to us at once. And sometimes that can be overwhelming. You have the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune on top of action. Action in love. And action towards your own life to get the wheel moving again. But I just feel it's naturally going to move here. So I have the King of Wands and the Eight of Swords. On top of the Eight of Fire, which is the Eight of Wands, by the way. Two totally different type of energies. This king is about being focused in his life. And because of his focus, he's able to move on. He's able to move through his life much easier. And this is the opposite. This is the fear. This is the fear to move on. This is a mental fear. Even if it feels physical, it's mental. I almost feel like Spirit is saying, ask us to take the blindfolds off, and we will. Ask for our assistance. And we'll give it to you so that you can be like this king. You know, this king is someone, you know, Leo, it feels very proud. You know, very proud of themselves, their accomplishments. I feel like this is the energy saying, you're just like the king and how he tames this lion, this beautiful lion, laying at his feet, saying you have this strength to move yourself out of this energy. And to live life again. Beautiful. 8 of Cups. Look at that. 3 8s. So, 1 8, we're fearful. We don't want to see what's in front of us. We don't want to face life. You know, whatever it is. You blindfolded yourself. And then the 8 of Fire. It's about things now starting to move. 8 of Cups. It's walking away. Walking away from past hurt. You know, they're under the same sky. She's not. So it's almost like she doesn't belong here. Because this energy has evolved. That's what I feel like. You evolve from this to this 8 of Cups. And it's through your strength. It's through your clarity that you start looking, looking at the future with a positive lens now. She's almost like just throwing her cups. Okay. Okay. With the Page of Fire now. With the Wheel of Fortune. So first of all, this was about you being you. You being original. In whatever it is you do. This could certainly be talking about those up here. You know, perhaps you're starting your own business, you're in your own business, or you work within a company, but you do work alone. You know, I feel like this is someone who loves what they do. Or let's put it this way. Sometimes I feel like you love it and sometimes you don't, but I feel like once you start, like once you get to work, or once if you're a writer, you open the book. Well, I don't know. I don't know if anybody handwrites anymore. You know, you open your laptop. And it's like you hit the first key. Then you love what you do. Then that's when you get lost. And I feel like this page is saying, trust in your knowing. Like trust in your skills, your blessings. For some of you, this is, you know, the ability to take well, I mean, it feels like for someone, like I have a singer here who sings like an angel, but nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. Because I feel like once somebody knows it, I almost, like my advice right now, even this is reminding me of YouTube for some reason. Because my advice is find the courage. You know, if this is what you want for your path, by the way, if you're happy, what you're doing, then do nothing. But this is, I feel like I'm someone who, it's like you dream. Like you cannot help but sing, right? You can't help it. Anyway, I feel like if you made a video on YouTube, and I feel like it's you and your guitar, or you and your keyboard. It's just you and your instrument. I feel like it will spread tremendously. You know, with the wheel sitting on top of it, it's a possibility of changing your life. Five of Wands. For a few of you, I feel like you're moving away from your family. Or you're just moving away from a place that you no longer want to be in. And I feel like you have been working hard. It's like you've been saving money. And your intention, it feels like, is to find a place where no one knows you. Boy, I know that energy. And it's not because, you know, you hate people. It's not because you don't love the people, you know, where you're at. You're just tired of it. And I also feel like this is you seeking. You're seeking happiness within your foundation. And I really like this, Capricorn, because I feel like you're putting real action into it. You know, it's kind of, although the messages are different, in a way, I can see how there's a common thread through them all. Okay. With the Nine of Air, that's that nightmare card, that's that unnecessary worry, and the King of Cups. Now, I can't deny that right above is the Queen and the Ace. Can't deny that. Because it's really standing out to me. Okay, so, again, this is that card of expecting the worst. And then when you know it, the worst shows up. What? Yeah. And the worst keeps coming. Oh, I just know. I just know. The next person who shows up in my life, I just know they're going to be an asshole. I know it. I know it. You can't tell me different. Well, you're right. The universe is saying, okay. So I think is asking for an asshole. So let's deliver her an asshole. It's so funny. I mean, listen. It's so weird. I have the name Kenny in my head, but I have to be honest. My ex-husband's name is Kenny. And although we get along fine, he was a real asshole when we were married. So I have to put the name out there in case there is someone who has a Kenny. And I can't really tell if it's just, at that point, was it my mind or is it my intuition? So I'm just going to put the name out there. Anyway, stop asking for Kennys. I shouldn't say that. There's probably some beautiful Kennys out there. Stop asking for assholes. Stop expecting them. That's what this card means. Like, stop expecting that everything is going to turn up backwards. Broken. Disgusting. You know? It's not going to turn out in my favor. It never does. So why would it now? I don't know. Or we could look at it from this direction. I keep my heart open. I don't put up with bullshit, but I certainly keep my heart open. Because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to learn unconditional love. And that only comes through tough challenges. It comes through forgiveness. You know, just like my ex-husband. Listen, he cheated with, I don't know if there's not a woman he didn't cheat with. He probably cheated with one of you. You know? And it ripped me apart. Because I was young. And I was foolish. And I believed the dream. But I didn't think I had to put in any work before that. I was young. So that was very hard energy to forgive. But I did. And listen, I'm happy where I ended up. And that's all that matters. I feel for some of us, it's just saying, like, this is how we have to learn to love. This is how we have to learn to manifest. We have the wheel here. We're starting to manifest. And just like up here where you had opposite energies with the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Fire, we have the exact same thing down here, just a little more extreme. Because now we have the Nine of Swords with the King of Cups. Two totally different energies. This is like reality, and this is our possibility. This is what we keep asking for, and we keep receiving, and the universe is saying, no, start asking for this. Be clear on what it is you need in a partner. And then let go of the outcome. Because I know that the partner divine brings you is so much better than you could ever imagine. And for those out there who know this to be true, leave a note. Let others know, yes, this is how energy works. I have to stop expecting the worst, even if I'm sitting within it. And I got to start expecting the very best. The blessings that are rightfully mine to start with. But I'm so ramped up in this, I can't see them. So I cannot claim them. Capricorn, I feel like this is the ultimate love in everything. Not just romance, but like loving yourself. And loving life again. Okay, I don't think that was the end of that. So funny. Okay. Well, you know, I just said I don't think it's the end of it. And then I get the Seven of Wands, which is the exact same card. Seven of Fire is the Seven of Wands. So I suppose I am done with it. Because, again, it's the exact same energy. You direct your life, not other people. You allow other people to direct your life. You give away the power, but you can always take it back. I almost want to say for some of you, what you're doing, start doing the opposite. That's what it feels like. You know, if you are trying to manifest and it's like hardship and hardship, think about what you're asking. Like being very clear. Break it down. Write it down. And stop expecting the worst. Because look at this next to it. The Ten of Cups. Well, listen. This is, for the majority of us, the outcome that we're seeking. This is the happily ever after. This is having a beautiful, peaceful, content family life. This is love like some of us have never known before. But it sits on the Five of Cups. Five of Cups. Five of Cups is about an energy of not seeing the positive in a situation and only seeing the negative. This is a card of focusing on what we've lost and forgetting what's possible. What's possible? We only need 2 cups. We don't need all these cups. This is all we need. For some of you, it's like you're halfway there. You're halfway there to the ultimate. Halfway there to your outcome. Your true outcome of what you seek. Notice all the action that's before it. So it's a big message for you, Capricorn, is, you know, really try to think this month about what kind of energy you're putting into the universe, especially this month, okay? Because it almost feels like instant manifestation, like instant karma. And that can go good or bad. If we're focusing on what we lost, within our mind can only stay there. And that's not a good place. If we focus on the possibilities of what's out there for us, and everything is possible. There is nothing that's not possible. And that's what we got to tell ourselves. And we got to remind ourselves that miracles happen in a heartbeat, in a second, less than a second. And most miracles, from what I've read, happen at our deepest, darkest times. Maybe that's why it's a miracle. And that's what you have to focus on. Life is a miracle to start with. And the possibilities are unlimited. There is no reason why Debbie down the street deserves this and you don't. Right? There's no reason why Tom that you work with has a perfect life and you can't have it. We all have the same possibilities. Stop focusing on the negative. Stop, stop, stop. There you go. There you go. So I love the Magician showed up there because, you know, this is the energy. The Magician, to me, the first thing he tells us is, you're ready. You're ready to begin this new chapter. You know, this is the first person the Fool meets when the Fool begins his new chapter, his new journey, is the Magician. And he allows the Fool to feel the inner strength that he has. He allows the Fool to experience all the gifts that he already has within him, that he can pull out when he needs, going through this new journey. You're ready. This is also a beautiful card about manifesting, because you were ready. So, it's very clear here. Instead of focusing on what we've lost, we got to start focusing on what we truly want. And the Magician is saying, it's yours. Listen, sometimes it's that easy. It all starts with you, though. All starts with you. Okay. With the 2 Pentacles, with the Death card. And, you know, it's fitting to me that the Death card would show up here, too. Because here we are. It's almost like, you know, we're focusing on the past. We're focusing on our losses. We're focusing on all the negative. Cannot see the positive. And then it's like you get this, it's almost like the magician pops in. It's like, hey, Capricorn. Turn those thoughts around. You're embarking on this new journey. You've now put the energy in. You have the skill. You have the High Priestess. She's your GPS for life. She's who you go to when you seek the deep answers along your journey. And I give you the tools to manifest the life that you want. But you have to learn how to use these tools correctly, because they can be dangerous in the wrong hands. In the wrong hands, they can create a life of hell. So I'm trusting you, Capricorn. I'm trusting you with these gifts because I know that you're ready for this journey. And this is the closing of the chapter of feeling this way, of thinking this way, of being in that negative headset. It's the end of it. When the Death card shows up, it is the end of it. You know, it's like you are a new person. This is complete transformation. So you are this new person if you allow yourself to be. The Emperor. So for some, you know, this represents Aries. And to me, the Emperor definitely represents a strong foundation. No doubt on that. Sorry, I just have to shut my phone off. Okay. You know, it's almost like when this chapter comes to an end, you are now the emperor of your life, the king of your life, the queen of your life, the ruler of your life. It's like you do get this. You understand it. You truly understand it. And this allows you to live the life that you deserve and that you want and that you need. Tower. Wow. I do feel like there are a few of you who are, your job security is being threatened. I do see a few of you losing jobs. Definitely see that. But at the same breath, I feel like you will have 2 options come to you. Here's that crossroads. Which way to go? Now, one of these options may be unemployment. And And the other option feels like another job offer. And I do feel like some of you are like, you know what, I'm taking the unemployment and I'm just going to chill out. And for others, you have no choice. You have to take this new offer. But this, you know, I'm saying you don't have a choice. And I feel like it's because your family needs the money, needs your income. So there's not really an option there. But I have to tell you, at the same time, I feel like even though this job's coming to an end, and even though it does kind of feel like the Tower, you know, like, it's happening for a reason. It is putting you in a better place, a better position. Matter of fact, I feel like where it's putting you, it will give you so much more free time. And it's weird because I see you still like, you're working hard and everything, but you have free time here. So perhaps, you know, maybe that's the Emperor's like, you know, I'm going to take your family into consideration, which normally, I don't know, the Emperor might not do that. Though he is like the father figure. But that's what I feel like this boss is going to say. I do take your family into consideration. And at our company, we believe in family time. Oh, wow. You know, listen, Capricorn. What feels like a curse is a blessing. Listen, you may have heard rumors about this, okay? About you losing your job. I do not feel like you've lost your job yet. So maybe I can help prepare you here. I definitely feel like you work for a pretty large company, I have to say. And because I don't feel like the company is closing. Not yet. But they have to let go of people. It's poor management, is what it is. And it's that, you know, instead of the heads that are responsible for the poor management going, it's everyone else that has to go who's been working their asses off. That kind of energy. But nonetheless, you are going to a much better position. Completely different company. Because your boss in this company, completely different. And for some of you, this may be you being offered the position of the boss. And because of your beliefs, you help the company become a much happier company, which in return will only up the profits because you have a happy staff now. So for some of you, that's you. You're the boss. So it's like, I'm sorry, but congratulations. Okay, last but not least is the moon. The moon. So we know a little bit of what the moon wanted. I'm going to shuffle a little. Just wanted to make sure I did that card. You like my little sound effects? You're probably like, what card is it? Show us. It's the Two of Cups. And we need to go back to what the moon said. Well, I'm not going to go into great detail what she said because you guys remember. But she said, with this clarity, it's a new you. Don't know if that was in reverse. You know, I didn't really pay attention. Kind of feel like it was, but it doesn't really matter. Nine of Pentacles. Justice. Oh my God, this feels like the exact same message I had for Sagittarius. almost to the T. So some of you may be involved with the Sagittarius. And if you are, watch their reading. I'm trying to think. Yes, they had Earth. Definitely had Earth in their reading. And the reason I'm saying that is because they got the 3 swords and Justice together, just like this. And it was based on a card of love. I can't remember exactly what card it was. Let's see what message. You also have the 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful card. I can tell you right off the bat what this is telling you is when these potential new people come in, or even those who are working on their current relationships. And listen, if you're in a good relationship and you know that you haven't given everything, don't leave until you do give everything. And that way you walk away knowing, you know, if you even walk away. But I feel like this is talking about the journey. You know, like, here's the destination, the 10 of Cups, right? And I believe you had the 10 of Pentacles too, somewhere. So that's where this is our outcome. This is our journey. Starting at a 2. So I feel like for many, this can be a new love. And it's about enjoying every minute of the journey. Now, with the 3 of Swords here, and Justice, I feel for some of you, this is what you're feeling. But I have to tell you, it's almost like the message almost feels exact as Sagittarius's. Because I feel Justice is here to tell you that the swords that are in your heart, and listen, it looks like a pretty fresh wound. But Justice is coming in saying, we can help heal you from this. We can take the swords out of your heart. We can put love back in your heart. But you have to be willing to let go of this. And you have to understand that while your focus is on the pain of the past, you have the opportunity to turn around, open your eyes, and see the love that's available to you. Listen, even if you have to go through the journey to get here, this is the beginning of the journey. And the 9 of Pentacles, to me, it tells me that this journey is going to be a beautiful journey. And the universe is willing to help you. They're willing to take the swords out of your heart. But they can't take the rest of it away. They can help remove the pain. But they can't take the lesson. Because that lesson is supposed to remain with you. So that you can pull back, you know, as you go through your journey. And something, you know, let's say, you know, temptation shows up. Temptation shows up. This is when you use the energy here of remembering what it is you don't want. You know, that's what our lessons are. The lessons aren't all about, okay, well, this is what I want. Sometimes they're about teaching us what we don't want, what we can't accept. Or, you know, understanding that if we do accept it, then we have to accept what goes with it. So why not expect the best? This is the universe telling you, we have your back here. You all have the will. And the wheel is all moving. I'm even looking how the wheel is next to the King of Pentacles. You probably can't really see it. But just the way it's laying here, I'm trying to move it over. It's like the Pentacles are almost the wheel. It's like they're spinning. That's how I see it. Like they're spinning. And that energy knocks it over and begins this spinning. Which opens up this. And allows the energy of this to go away. And it lets us be the ruler of our kingdom, because that's who we are. We are the rulers of our kingdom. Period. You know, everything that happens in our life is because of decisions that we made, you know, up until a point. I'm not talking about when you're a child. But when we're an adult, it's our choices, right or wrong, that build our path of destiny, right? But we're able to change that at any time. It's like flicking a switch. Flicking a switch. Just like the High Priestess told you here. When you know better, you do better. So don't get down on yourself about the things that you didn't know at the time. I didn't know my husband was going to be like that, or I would not have married him. I didn't know, right? So I can't beat myself up for the rest of my life, or think because he cheated with with so many women that everybody would. And let me tell you, in the beginning, I did. That was tough energy to move beyond, because it put a real streak of jealousy in me. But I hated that part of me. So I knew I had to work on myself to get rid of it. Doesn't mean I never get jealous. You know, I'm a Virgo, and I feel like that's just part of me. But I can certainly control it. I mean, really control it now. And I started to learn that, I don't know. I'm not going to go into all my life lessons. But, you know, my point is we can move out of this, and we got to stop blaming ourselves for our stupid mistakes. When we know better, we do better, period. God knows that. Your Creator knows that. You know, you weren't born perfect. You were born imperfect to make mistakes so you could learn from those mistakes. And each lesson is a stepping stone up on your path. Sometimes we get off our path, but Spirit will always illuminate it again for you if you ask. Just ask. Capricorn, you guys are manifesting this month, and I'm not kidding. You know, I'm not saying that just to say it. Think about it. Think about what it is you want to bring into your life now. Ask for it. Be very clear. Write it down. And then release it. And trust. Trust that it will come to you. But if there's action needed behind it, listen. That's when you and the universe dance. You do your part, they'll do their part. That's what your angels say. We'll come in and help you as much as we can. But we can't pick you up and make you take that next step. It's up to you. It's your journey. But we can help illuminate your path when you get far off. Ask us. All right, Capricorn. I do feel like there may be a few of you who, listen, if you're attached to a Sagittarius, check out their video, because there was definitely Earth in it too. And remember, that's yours. You know, Spirit could not be clearer on these two cards with the Queen and the King of Cups. It's about us opening our hearts to the possibility and allowing all the other stuff to just fall by the wayside. It's not important. It's not important. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful month. I'll put a few other videos out this month. I can just feel it. I feel it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I don't know, just now that you know better, do better. That's all. I love you guys. Bye-bye.